Hi there, friends. It's Dr. Carol. Do you often find yourself empty, drained physically, emotionally, spiritually, just dry? Many of us do. We all need nourishment. We need to take into our being the physical, emotional, relational, and spiritual nutrients that our being needs to do well. Just like with physical food, the other parts of us need healthy input as well. I want to share with you at least one tool in each of those 4 areas about how to take in life, take in nourishment. In the physical realm, in the emotional realm, relational, and spiritual realm. God created plenty of nourishment in our world. Think of it as far as physical food, first of all. There is all kinds of physical food available out there, but you and I have to learn to feed ourselves. When you were a baby, someone else decided how much, when, what kind of food you ate. At some point, you learned to feed yourself. We need to do that as adults in every area of our lives. And all that food that God makes available around us, we still have to learn to feed ourselves. God makes grain grow in the field, but He doesn't harvest it, grind the flour, bake your bread, and hand you a sandwich. He makes fish grow in the sea, but He doesn't catch it, skin it, bake it, and put it on your plate for dinner. You and I are responsible to determine when we're hungry, what food we need, to find it, prepare it, and actually take it into our being. Now, in those 4 different areas, the physical realm, I have learned personally, and I have seen this supported in research as well, that processed food tends to be the biggest problem. There's a lot of debate about where do you put the money that you have available to spend so that it's healthier and so on. If there's one place to spend your food dollar to make a difference, it's moving away from processed food. I can tell in my body that when I am rushed and go to processed, I do not do as well. I don't rest as well. I don't have the energy. My brain is not as clear. So here's the challenge in the physical arena. Find a processed food that you tend to go to and move to a less processed alternative. For example, lunch meats, lots of chemicals, highly processed. You could move to chicken fajita meat, for example, or just a skinless chicken breast, or a frozen fillet of fish, not breaded, just plain, rather than that processed meat. Let's say that you're used to having sugary breakfast cereal, all that processed grain and sugar. Well, move instead, perhaps, to cereal that has less sugar and is less processed. Or even better, to oatmeal. Even instant oatmeal is going to be so much less processed than that sugary breakfast cereal. Some of those examples I hope can help. So find a processed food that you tend to go to, and at least a couple times a week, go to a less processed alternative, and you will be taking in more life physically. Then, what about in the emotional arena? There are all kinds of things around us that give input into our brains. I have learned to pay attention to what kind of input I take in. And we could certainly talk about media and books and podcasts, and I do that. But the kind of input I would like to challenge you for is beauty. God created us to be drawn to beauty, and I believe that God Himself is a God who relishes beauty. Now, that can come in all kinds of ways. I believe natural beauty, the kind of natural world that God created, is the best. Now, I'm away from home right now. I'm in northern Ohio, and there's snow on the ground up here. Waking up in the morning and having pristine white snow covering the front yard, beautiful. When I'm at home in Texas, there is a huge legacy oak tree in my backyard. Sometimes when I am stressed or tired, just walking out on my back porch and spending some time in the presence of that beautiful tree does so much. I love also going to a river or a lake and being around water. Whatever natural beauty you enjoy, take that in. That can also involve music or art, things that human beings can take that beauty and have created as well. Take in beauty that nourishes your soul. And then in the relational arena, we need to be intentional about the people that we connect with. Now, this has not always been easy for me. I have naturally been an introvert, and reaching out and connecting with people, I have to be intentional about. But I have learned that when I do that, it makes a really big difference. One of the things that I have enjoyed doing is periodically inviting a group of ladies to my home on a Friday evening. We'll just have, coffee and some spiritually directed conversation, talk about our lives, talk about the Lord, very, very low key. But I have to make the intention and put forth the effort to do that. I would like to challenge you to think of a person or a group where you feel lifted up. Maybe that's a 12-step program. Maybe that's a small group at church. Maybe that is a friend from work that you'd like to meet for coffee or after work just to talk or take a walk with. Maybe it's a buddy that you go cycling with or hunting or whatever that may be. Think of a group or a single person that makes you feel lifted up, that nourishes you by being in their presence, and make a plan to connect with them this week. And then in the spiritual dimension, our relationship with God, of course, we need that most vital nourishment most of all. I have devoted the first portion of my day, every day, to time with God. There are many various ways to get that kind of spiritual nourishment. And if you're already doing that, continue. But I want to challenge you to do it on a regular basis. If you are not used to spending time with God in the morning, I want to encourage you to get the YouVersion Bible app and find a reading plan. Just put it on your phone. It's free, Bible, and you'll find the YouVersion Bible app. And then there are many reading plans available in that Bible app. Pick one. It may take you 3 minutes, 5 minutes in the morning, and put that message from God in your soul. If you are used to spending more time with God, of course, nourish that more. At this portion in my life, I'm blessed that I have a control over my schedule so that I can get up early and spend that time with God. But I believe in some way you can do that regardless of what stage of life you are. Make it a priority. I hope that these tips have given you some ideas. I am unpacking a lot more of my own lifestyle practices in our Fully Alive group session. If you are seeing this when it first comes out, our Fully Alive group Tuesday evening session tomorrow evening, I unpack a lot more of my own lifestyle practices and things that I believe can also help you take in life. I would love you to come join us, fullyalivegroup.com. You can request some free sample resources there, the tip sheets and the full-length video sessions that we have every Tuesday evening. Or even better, just go ahead and sign up and join us Tuesday evening, March 3rd, and we'll unpack taking in life and what that looks like in these different dimensions of life. Thank you for joining me. I pray God bless you.